can just come to take a seat on their mat, sitting cross-legged. Find a comfortable position. You can kind of move the flesh away from your sits bones. Make sure you're nice and grounded on the mat. And then whenever you're ready, just go ahead and close your eyes. We'll just take a second to arrive on our mats here. Your palms can be facing up or palms can be down on the legs. Roll out the neck a little bit, get comfortable. Try to keep the eyes closed. And we'll just set an intention to begin. So just taking a second to thank yourself for arriving on your mat. And thank yourself for the time that you have. Hopefully you are in a place where, even though the world may be a little bit stressful right now and very uncertain, we can find a moment of gratitude in that we have extra time to commit ourselves to doing things that we maybe put off before. So like getting on your yoga mat. And for me, like teaching a yoga class, I don't know if this is something I would have done an IG live class if quarantine wasn't happening, so I'm grateful for the quarantine for that. So just take a second to ground yourself on your mat and arrive in your space. If there's any other intention you'd like to set for your practice right now, you can go ahead and do so. And we'll just take 3 deep breaths here all together. So inhale. Exhale. We'll inhale for a count of 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. So keeping the connection to your breath, you can slowly blink the eyes open. We're going to begin our warm-up here. So inhale, both arms reach to the sky. Exhale, plant the right hand on the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up a little bit higher. And exhale, slowly bending over to the right side. Getting a side stretch all through our left side body. Gaze can come up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, deepen a little bit. The right elbow can bend if it's on the floor. Take one more inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, plant the left hand on the mat. Inhale, reach the right hand a little bit higher. Exhale, right arm comes to the left side. Gaze can go up. And keeping that top shoulder away from the ear. Inhale. Exhale, deepen. Inhale one more time. Exhale. And inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, we'll take a twist. So the left arm is going to come to the top of the right knee, and the right arm is going to come behind the spine on the mat. Inhale, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling, and exhale, twist. Try to twist from your center, your navel. So instead of focusing on just twisting the neck, try to help the twist to start from the center. Inhale to extend. Exhale, deepen the twist. And inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twisting to the left. So right hand is coming to the left knee. Left hand coming behind your spine on the mat. Inhale, crown of the head reaches up tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, both arms reach to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands behind you on the mat, shining the chest forward. Little heart opener. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly walk the hands out in front of you. Coming into a little seated forward fold. So trying to keep both sits bones on the mat. Fingers can be tented. Forehead can come to the mat if that's accessible for you. And slowly walk the hands back up. Center on the inhale. We're going to switch our legs, so just shake your legs out and take the opposite cross. So this will probably be the way that you don't normally sit. It might feel a little bit weird at first. And we'll do that all again. So inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, right hand plants on the mat. Inhale, left arm reaches up a little bit higher. Exhale, left arm going towards the right. Gaze coming up, shoulder away from the ear. Stretch all through the side body. And inhale back to center. Exhale, left hand comes to the mat. Right arm reaches up. And right arm to the left. Inhale, arms come to the sky. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms coming all the way up. Exhale, twisting to the left side, so right hand coming to the top of the left knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, plant the hands behind you. If you'd like a little bit deeper of a heart opener, you can press down into your hands and shift the weight forward into the fronts of your knees, lifting the hips up to the sky. Inhale here. Reach the hips a little bit higher. And exhale, slowly bring the hips back down. Walk the hands out in front of us, and we'll do another seated forward fold, trying to keep the sit bones down on the mat. And then we'll inhale, slowly walk the hands back up. So staying seated, we're going to reach our arms out to the side. Palms are facing down, shoulders away from the ears. We're just going to take medium circles going forward. Try to go a little bit slowly. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll go the other way, backwards. So keep the shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades hugging the back. And for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms straight out. Flip the palms to the sky. Bend at the elbows. I'm just going to bend and straighten. Bend, straighten. And when you bend, feel the shoulder blades coming together on your back. Straighten it out. Bend, straighten. Feel a little bit of burn in the arms. For 2 more. And arms reach straight up. Palms are going to go towards the back of the room. Pinkies are facing up. And we're going to just do small circles going forward. Your arms may be burning like mine are. And then we'll just do 5 circles going backwards. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms where they are. You're going to bring the arms 45 degrees behind you, and we're just going to, as if we're squeezing a ball behind us. Long, energetic arms, the energy going out through your fingers. Shoulders away from the ears for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake out the arms. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna come to tabletop position. You can come to tabletop on your mat. And we'll just do some small circles here, warm up the wrists. Shifting the weight forward and backwards. And then we'll just go the other way. Bring the backs of the hands onto the mat. You can shorten your tabletop a little bit. I'm just stretching into the forearms. And then we'll flip the palms, wrists forward, fingertips facing your knees. And then again, just sink back, stretching out the forearms. And then coming back into our tabletop. Take some cat-cows. So I'm gonna post a video that I did for 2 friends on Zoom, and I totally messed up the cats and the cows, so I'm gonna try to get it right this time. We will inhale, drop the belly. Tailbone reaches up to the sky, sits bones go up. Chest open. You can stretch through the front of the neck if you like to gaze up. That is our cow, and then we'll move into cat. So protracting the shoulder blades, pressing up through the upper back, rounding and using the abdomen to curl in. And inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, curl, navel to spine. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll just take a few circles here in our between cat and cow. So you can do anything that feels good for you right now. Movements, you can do little circles, you can roll forward, backwards, moving into the hips as well. And we'll just take 3 breaths here, doing whatever movement feels good for you today. And then we'll meet back together in tabletop. And we're going to extend the right foot straight to the back of the room and the left arm straight forward. So try to keep one long line so the arms aren't going up or down. Try to keep them in line. And we'll just inhale here to hold. Draw the belly in. And on our exhale, we're going to curl knee to elbow, tap. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. The balance. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend. We'll do 2 more. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale. And our next inhale, extend. You're going to bend the right knee. Left arm is going to come to grab the inside of the right foot. And we're going to kick up to the sagai, coming into a little kneeling dancer pose here. So try to keep the chest tall. Inhale. Exhale, arm and leg extend out. And then we're just going to bring the left hand to the mat, right leg is going to stay lifted. And we're just going to do a few taps, so tap the toes and lift. Tap, lift. Squeezing through the right glute as you lift up high. Tap the toes, lift. For 3, 2, slight bend in the elbows, 1. Inhale, extend the right foot. And then on your exhale, the right foot is going to come to the outside edge of the mat on the left side. Inhale, extend the crown of your head long. And then exhale, gaze over your left shoulder at your foot. So your right foot should be on the outside left side of your mat. And you're gazing over your left shoulder to look at your right foot. Inhale, Exhale, you should feel the stretch in your right side body. And inhale, coming back to center. Right knee coming to the mat. And we'll switch to the other side. If you want, you can shake out the wrists for a second. Coming back to tabletop. So we'll extend the left foot straight back, and right hand is going to extend straight forward. So keeping one long line between the hand and the foot. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl and crunch the elbow to the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, extend. 2 more. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale. And then on our next inhale, we're going to extend both arm and leg out. Bend through the left knee. Grab the the outside edge of the left foot. Nope, just kidding, the inside. Whichever one is accessible to you. And kicking back through the left leg, coming into our little kneeling dancer. Inhale. And exhale. Extend the right arm and the left leg out. Right hand comes to the mat. And we're just going to do our leg lifts here. So left leg is going to tap, toes are going to tap to the mat. And squeeze up through the glute. Tap the toes. Squeeze. Keeping the belly pulled in. Micro bend through the elbows. For 2. 1. Leg is going to extend, so the left leg is going to come to the outside right side of the mat. Inhale, extend through the crown of your head, and exhale to gaze over your right shoulder to look at your left foot. So try to keep the hips parallel. Don't let the left hip sink towards the mat. Try to keep it up square. And we'll inhale, bring the left leg back to center, and left knee comes to the mat. So we'll press back into downward facing dog. So curl the toes, hips reach up to the sky, pressing into the hands. And you can walk out your dog here, bending one knee and then the other. Just taking a few breaths here in your down dog. Taking whatever movements feel good for you right now. You can roll out the ankles. And then finding a place of stillness. You can slightly bend through the knees so that the focus is not to get the heels to the floor, but rather the sits bones up to the sky. Try to bring the shoulders away from the ears. So you're not shrugging through the shoulders. And if at any moment if we're in down dog and you feel like you need a rest, you can always come down and take child's pose. You need a break for the shoulders, you can always bring the hands alongside you. And whoever is joining me, we can come back into downward facing dog. And we'll move into some sun salutation. So on our inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and walk to the top of the mat. So you may take one step, you may take a few more steps. When you come to the top of the mat, inhale, halfway lift, spine goes long, chest shines forward. Fingertips can stay on the mat or they can come to your shins. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into high plank. Take one inhale here in our high plank. Exhale, lower the chest all the way to the mat. And then we'll just take a cobra here. So tops of the feet come to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Try to lift the hands off the mat. So little to no weight in the hands for our cobra. Just using the strength of the back. Exhale, slowly roll down. And then we're going to curl the toes and press back up to high plank. Inhale, exhale, press. And hips shift back, downward facing dog. We'll just move a little bit faster on our next two, and we will do the up dog variation instead of the cobra. If you'd like to continue taking cobra, you're more than welcome to do so. So on our next inhale, we're going to rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, walk, step, or hop back through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, tops of the feet come to the mat, legs stay lifted. Chest shines up. Exhale, hips up and back, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we'll take one more a little bit faster. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step, or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms are just going to go straight out in front of you. I don't know if you can see me there still. Yes, okay. And then we're going to rise to the balls of the feet. Try to keep the heels glued together. And then we're just going to slowly sit down into a squat. Try to stay on the balls of the feet. We're going to squat all the way down to the mat, moving as slow as possible. And when you reach the mat, you can give yourself a little hug. And then we'll just come to lie on our backs. I'm going to do a little bit of core. Can you still see me? Yes? Okay. So we're going to just start with some leg lifts. So we're going to the left leg is going to stay extended out on the mat. Right knee is going to come to the chest. We'll just start by stretching out the right knee. So knee can come over to the shoulder. You can move it around, move the hip around a little bit. And then if you have your strap, you can grab it now. And the right foot is going to extend up to the sky. So if you have a strap, you can hook the strap around the ball of your right foot. And we'll just take a few breaths here, stretching out the back of the right leg. If you don't have a strap, you can always just bring the hands to the back of the leg. Stay engaged through the left leg that's on the mat. Just stretch out the right leg first. And then we're going to bring the hands off of the leg. Hands can come onto the mat beside you. And we're just going to do some single leg lifts. So slowly lowering the right foot down, heel to hover. and then bringing the foot back up. Trying to keep the low back on the mat the whole time. And if you find your low back is coming off of the mat, you can bring your hands underneath your glutes to support. We'll just do 5 more. So slowly lower, heel comes to hover, and heel comes back up. Hover, leg comes back up for 3, 2, and 1. You can lower the right foot all the way to the mat, hugging the left knee in, starting off with that stretch through the hip. Staying engaged through the right leg. It's on the mat, and we're going to extend the left leg up to the sky. You can either grab behind the leg, or if you have a strap, bring in the strap. Also, if you have a towel, a small hand towel, you can use that as well. Stretching out through the left leg. And then releasing, stretch. Moving into our leg lifts, so keeping low back on the mat, engaging through the abdomen, slowly lower the left heel to hover, and bring the leg straight out. Try to keep the leg as straight as you can. If you need to, you can bend the leg a little bit. And we'll just do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Both knees can hug in to the chest. And we're going to move on to double leg lifts. So both legs are going to extend up to the sky. You can bring your hands underneath your back, or just underneath your hips there. And then we're just going to slowly hover both heels to the mat and bring them back up. So really want to focus on keeping the low back on the mat the whole time, and only go as low as you can. If you feel like your low back's going to come off the mat, just don't go any lower than that. As you can see, I'm shaking as I get towards the bottom. A little shake is good. And we'll just do 3 more. So heels come to hover all the way up. 2. And 1. And heels can come to the mat, hands come out from underneath you. And then we'll just move into some bicycles. So fingers can come to clasp behind your neck. Legs are going to come to tabletop position to start. And then we're going to move into bicycles, which I think everyone should know. So we're going to inhale, the right elbow is going to come to the left knee. And switch. We're going to go for 20, 19, 18. Try to move slowly. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, stay up, 2, 1. Both knees come back to tabletop. We're just going to do a few, just the upper body is going to move, so crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knees are going to be at 90 degrees. 6, 4 more. 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet can come to the mat. Take a second. Take some deep inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to grab the backs of the knees and slowly rock and roll forward up to seated. Crossing at the ankles and coming over into Sphinx pose. So I'm going to come to lay, just stretch out the abdomen. So come to lay down on your mat. Forearms are going to come straight out in front of you. And then we're just going to press the fronts of the hips into the mat to stretch out the abdomen. Chest lifts up. Tops of the feet and the legs are staying on the mat. Almost as if you're grabbing the mat with your hands and trying to drag yourself forward. Kind of imaginary drag unless you do it. And exhale, forehead is going to come to the mat. Press back to wide-legged child's pose. So toes are going to come to touch. Hips sit back onto the heels or towards the heels. If your hips don't reach the mat, you can always bring a block underneath the hips. Oh, I'm doing that wrong. Chest melting to the mat. Taking a few deep breaths here. And now that we've warmed up the core, we're going to work on headstand. So if you have a headstand practice, you're obviously more than welcome to come into your headstand now. If not, we'll just do a little bit of headstand prep. So forearms, we're going to measure the distance with our hands. So you're going to bring your fingertips to grab your opposite elbows, and that's how far apart you want your elbows on the mat. So bring the elbows down, measuring ourselves out, and then bringing the forearms straight out. Hands are going to come to clasp into like a little basket. Forearms are going to come onto the mat. And you want the forearms to be stacked. So you don't want to be rolling the arms in or opening the hands out. So try to keep the forearms as stacked as you can. And then we're going to come up into a little bit of like a downward facing dog position. So curl the toes. Hips are going to lift up to the sky. And the top of the head is going to come to the mat. And we can just stay right here. And you can work on walking the feet in a little bit. And really engaging in the abdomen. Pressing down through the forearms. And if you want to work on bringing one leg in, heel comes to the butt. And if you're comfortable, floating the other leg up. And then switching legs. So keeping the knees bent. And really engaging through the core to lift up. If you're in the full variation of headstand, try to keep the ribs knitted in. Long, straight spine. Pressing up through the tops of the feet. The bottoms of the feet, which are on the ceiling. Pressing down through the forearms, shoulders away from the ears. And then when you're ready, slowly coming out. And everyone can meet in child's pose. Forehead coming to the mat, arms come alongside you. Releasing through the shoulders. Taking a few deep breaths here. You can roll side to side on the forehead. And slowly walk the hands back up. Coming to kneel. And then we'll move back into downward facing dog. Hands coming out in front of you, curl the toes, press the hips up and back, down dog. And we're going to inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. And then exhale, open the hips, bending at the right knee, and releasing through the right side. Try to keep the shoulders square to the mat. Inhale one more time, reach the knee up higher. And exhale, square the hips. We're going to bring the right foot between the hands at the front of the mat. Back foot is going to spiral to 45 degrees, coming into warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back to meet the left, high plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the left leg up. And exhale, open the hip, bending at the left knee. Left knee reaches up to the sky. Shoulders are staying square to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bringing back to center. And round, curl, left knee. Step forward with the left foot. Right foot is going to spiral to warrior one position. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, plant the hands. Stepping left foot back to meet the right, high plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're just going to move a little bit faster through Surya Namaskar B into our warrior one. So inhale, right foot up to the sky. Exhale, right knee comes to the nose. Right foot steps between the hands. Left foot coming down. Warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back through chaturanga. So you can keep the right foot lifted if you like. You can put the right foot on the ground. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left foot comes between the hands. All the way up to warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands. Coming up to warrior one. Inhale. Exhale. Hands are going to come to interlace behind your back. Try to take the opposite grip than you normally would take. Right knee is bent. Inhale, shine the chest up high. And exhale, dive the chest to the inside of the right knee into humble warrior. So try to keep the right hip moving back and the left hip coming forward. So you don't want to bring the right hip too far forward. Pressing down through the outside edge of your left foot. And inhale, bring you all the way up to the sky. Hands come up. We're going to spiral the back foot onto the toes, coming into a crescent lunge. So we're in a crescent lunge. The right knee is bent. Left leg, we're pressing up onto the ball of the left toes, lifting up through the left knee. Arms reach up. And exhale, hands come to heart center. We're going to twist to the right, so the left elbow is going to hook to the outside of the right knee. Inhale. Pressing down through the left arm on the right knee to lift your chest and twist. Exhale, gaze comes down, and we're going to spiral the hands up and around. Back foot is going to spiral down, and we're going to come to warrior two. Everyone meeting in warrior two. Front leg is going to be burning a little bit. Inhale here. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, reverse your warrior, so flip the right palm to the sky. Right hand reaching up. Inhale. Exhale as you straighten through the right leg. Gonna feel really good. And we're gonna come into triangle pose. So right arm is gonna reach forward. And then right hand either coming to the mat or to a block. If you have that handy, you can bring the block on the inside of the leg. So you want to have as much length as you can through the right side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, gaze comes down. We're going to bend through the right knee, coming back up to warrior two. And then we're going to spiral the hands coming to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the left leg through the hands. Spiral the back foot, coming into warrior one. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sinking through the front knee. Hands are going to come to interlace behind you. Inhale, chest shines up. Exhale, dive the chest to the inside of the left leg. Keeping the left hip pulling back. Chest melts forward. Inhale, engage through the legs, lift your chest all the way up, arms reach up to the sky, coming onto the ball of the back foot, coming into our crescent lunge, sinking a little bit deeper into the front leg. Inhale, exhale, hands come to heart center, twisting to the left, so outside edge of the right elbow comes to the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Really pressing up through that right leg. And then on your next inhale, gaze comes down. Spiral the hands up into warrior two. Back foot. Sinking deeper into the left leg. I know it's on fire. Mine is too. Inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches up to the sky. And then inhale here. Exhale, straighten through the left leg. Coming into Trikonasana. Left arm reaching out. And then hand either coming to the block or to the mat. Right arm reaching up. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, gaze down. Engage through the inner thighs and the belly to lift you up into warrior two. Bend through the front knee. Hands come to the mat. Stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Come down to the knees if you'd like. Take a little child's pose. One more little standing series and then we'll move on to our cool down. I don't know how long it's been, but hopefully everyone's still enjoying it. And we're gonna come onto the hands, pressing back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right foot to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Keeping the hands down, we're gonna step the left foot in a little bit closer, so shorten our stance. And we wanna keep the feet about hip width distance apart. So you're on train tracks, not a tightrope. So the feet are on two separate lines. We're gonna come into pyramid pose. So inhale, keeping the back heel down. Shine the chest up a little bit higher. If you have blocks here as well, blocks can come to frame the right foot. Inhale. You want to keep the hips square, so keep the right hip moving back in space and the left hip moving forward. You're going to feel the stretch all through the back of your right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly deepen. And if this is enough for you, you can stay right here. If you'd like to take revolved triangle, we're going to bring, if you have a block, you can keep the block on the outside edge of the right foot. I'm just going to move this other block. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right hand is going to come to the outside of the right foot. Or sorry, left hand is going to come to the outside of the right foot. Right arm can either stay at the hip or can reach up to the sky. And we're going to continue to move our right hip back and our left hip forward. Inhale. Exhale. If you're in revolved triangle, gaze comes down, both hands coming to the mat. And we're going to move the blocks to the side and we're going to shift forward into warrior three. So bending through the front knee. And we're going to slowly shift the weight into the right foot, lifting up through the left foot. Again, if you have blocks, you can bring them underneath the hands, coming into warrior three. So hips are parallel to the mat, so we don't want the left hip opening up to the side. Try to keep the left hip down. Inhale, exhale. And then on our next inhale, we're going to come up to tree pose. So hands are going to come to the hips, engaging through the right standing leg, bringing the left knee all the way up, knee coming up to the sky, and then the inside of what is this called? The sole of your left foot is going to come to the inside of the right leg, either below or above the knee, just not on the knee. So I'll just turn here. We're going to come into tree pose, pressing the left foot into the right leg and the right leg into the left foot. Hands can come to heart center. Inhale, exhale. Focus your gaze on something that's not moving. And if you'd like to, you can bring the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back to heart center. And we're gonna lift the left knee up to the sky. And then kick the left foot back, coming back into our warrior three variation with our airplane arms. So hands aren't gonna come to the mat this time. Chest stays tall. And we're continuing to drop the left hip. Inhale. Exhale, hands can come to the mat, coming into a little standing split variation. And hands plant down. If you'd like to do some handstand hops here, I'm going to bend through the right foot. You can walk the right foot back a little bit. Keeping the weight pressing down into the palms. Just going to hop the foot a little bit. And just work on just hopping here. Don't try to kick up. Just a few hops, engaging through the abdomen, help you lift up. And then whenever you're ready, stepping back, moving through vinyasa, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, or if you'd like, you can just meet us in down dog. And downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here at your own pace. And on our next inhale, we're going to lift the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring the left foot between the hands. Coming up into pyramid pose, so stepping the right foot a little bit closer, heel coming down. And we're on train tracks, not tightrope again. If you have your blocks, you can bring them to frame the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Left hip is continuing to track backwards, back towards the back of the room. Right hip forward. Inhale, chest comes up. If you'd like to take revolved triangle, keeping one of the blocks on the outside edge of your left foot, keeping the hips as square as possible. Right hand is going to come to the outside of the left foot. Left hand is going to come to the hip or to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. And inhale, gaze comes down. Both hands coming down, shifting the weight forward into warrior 3 with the hands down variation. So bending into the left leg, shifting the weight forward, and lifting the right foot up off of the mat. Using the right glute to lift the hip, to lift the leg. Keeping the hips square, hands can stay down on the mat or on blocks. Inhale. And then on our exhale here. And then inhale, we're going to bend through the standing leg, bringing the right knee up, coming into our tree pose on the other side. So the sole of the right foot is going to come to the inside of the left leg, either on or below, above or below the knee. So if you'd like, you can also be here. Inhale. Palms can come up to the sky. Gaze is on something that's not moving. And hands come back to center. We're going to lift the right knee up to the sky. And exhale, kick the right foot back, coming back into our warrior 3. With the hands in airplanes, the hands are up, chest is up. Trying to keep the hips square still. Engage for the right leg. Inhale. And exhale, hands can come down for a little standing split variation. If you'd like to work on your balance, you can come to grab the left leg. And if you'd like to work on handstand hops, hands come in front of you. You can step the left foot back a little bit, coming onto the ball of the left foot, bending through the left knee, and just taking little hops. So try not to kick all the way up unless you're comfortable doing a handstand. So really focus on engaging in the core to lift the left foot off the mat a little bit. And when you're ready, stepping back, moving through vinyasa, or just meeting us in downward facing dog. And we're going to walk the feet forward, coming into a forward fold, grasping opposite elbows, or your hands can come underneath the feet. So you're standing on your palms, toes are kind of pressing into the wrist creases, releasing through the wrists. And whenever we're ready, coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring the right foot through to pigeon. So we're going to bring the right knee behind the right wrist. And the foot can come close to parallel to the mat if that's comfortable for you, or the heel can stay a little bit closer to the left hip. We want the left leg straight out behind us, top of the foot is on the mat. And really kind of focus on, most people when you come into pigeon, we're just like slumping forward. So try to sit up tall to start. Engage through the inner thighs, so it almost lifts you up off the mat a little bit. Engage the lift, and then slowly settle in. Hands can come out in front of you. You can come onto the elbows. Forehead can come to the mat if that's accessible, or you can make a little pillow with your hands. If you have any discomfort in your knee, feel free to come out of the pose, and you can take reclined pigeon. So if that's uncomfortable for you, the pigeon and the front side, you can come into a figure 4 and take reclined pigeon just like this. If you're in reclined pigeon, you can bring the feet to the mat and switch to the other side. And if you're in the other variation of pigeon, we're gonna come onto the hands, pressing, curl the left toes under, and lift the right hip and leg up and back into downward facing dog. And release the right foot out. Coming to the left side, inhale left leg up to the sky. Exhale left leg coming to pigeon. So first, sitting up tall. I'm going to try to engage through the inner thighs to lift your hips a little bit up off the mat. Oh, I think something happened to my left. No! Why? Hello? I don't know what happened. Somehow it went off. Oh no. Hello? I'm sorry if, I don't know why that ended. But if you were with me before, hopefully you come back. I think maybe I went over an hour and that's why it ended. But yeah, it looks like people are coming back. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, shuts off at 1 hour, thank you. Okay, now I know. Okay, so if you were joining me before, we're in pigeon on the left side. So left leg is forward. And we're just going to engage through the inner thighs. And then we're going to slowly come down onto the elbows. Forehead coming to the mat. Into our pigeon. Hopefully everyone's back on. Now I know it shuts off in an hour. Melting the chest forward, stretching out through the left side. And again, you can take the pigeon variation on your back if this is too much for your knee. And for those of us in this version of pigeon, coming up onto the hands, pressing down into the palms, and lifting the left leg up to the sky, and shake out the left leg, coming into downward facing dog. And we're going to meet the center of our mat in Malasana squats. So feet are going to come a little bit wider than hip distance, sitting the hips down, hands coming to the heart. And again, we're doing the same action here of engaging in the inner thighs to lift the glutes up a little bit further away from the mat, coming into a little bit more of an active Malasana squat. And then on our inhale, sorry, maybe on our exhale, so inhale, and exhale, press down through the feet to lift all the way up. Inhale, exhale, lower the hips back down in Malasana, and press down through the feet, squeeze through the glutes, lift up. And one more, hips sinking and engaging through the legs, hips coming up. And then we're gonna slowly lower back down into Malasana. So we're gonna come into a little bit of a side twist here. So right hand is gonna come to the mat on the outside of the right foot, or sorry, the right foot. Hand is either coming, fingers can be tented, or the palm can come to the mat. Left arm is going to reach up to the sky. If you have a bind in your practice here, you can bind around the right leg. Chest is still shining up, so try not to be down here. And left arm coming back up to the sky, coming back through center. And left hand coming to the mat, right arm reaching high. We took the bind on the other side, take it on this side, it may feel very different. Right arm up to the sky, and coming through center. Hands coming to the mat, I'm just gonna shift the weight forward, coming up into a wide-legged forward fold. Releasing through the legs. And slowly sitting the hips down, coming to lie down on our backs and setting up for bridge pose. So after these rounds of bridge, 3 rounds of bridge, we're gonna move and be done. So we're gonna sit up tall before we come to our mats. If you've already come down, ignore me. If not, arms reach forward, slowly rolling all the way down. Coming to lie on our backs. Fingertips are gonna graze the backs of the heels, setting up for bridge pose. Arms, palms are gonna come up towards the sky, fingertips facing up. Inhale, pressing down through the backs of the arms and the feet. And exhale, lift the hips up high to the sky. Inhale, leaving a little bit of space between your chin and your chest, so we're not crunching in too far. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips a little bit higher, and slowly roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Take one more bridge here. If you have wheel in your practice, you're more than welcome to take wheel. And we'll do a second variation, or second round of bridge. Inhale. Exhale, press down through the feet and the backs of the arms, lift the hips up high. You can interlace the hands underneath you, pressing down through your interlaced hands to help you lift the hips a little bit higher. Inhale. And exhale, slowly roll down, low back coming to the mat last. You can knock the knees into touch and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Coming back to center, and both knees hugging into the chest. I'm going to take happy baby, so either grabbing peace fingers to the big toes, and the soles of the feet are going to reach up to the sky. If it's accessible to you, you can grab the outside edges of the feet. Feet up to the sky. Knees sinking towards the mat. Try to keep the low back on the mat if you can. You can rock side to side. And then bringing the knees back to center. Extending both legs long on the mat. We're going to take a little reclined twist. So right knee is going to hug in. And if you like, you can take both knees up to the tabletop, and both knees are just gonna come to the left side, and your gaze is gonna come over the right shoulder. So this is a little bit softer of a reclined twist. If you'd like to take a little bit of a deeper twist, left leg is gonna extend out straight, right knee is gonna be bent, right foot is gonna come to the top of the left leg, and the right knee, you're gonna guide the right knee to the floor with the left hand. You can shift the hips a little bit to the right and gaze over the right shoulder. Taking deep breaths here. One more deep breath. And on your next inhale, slowly coming back to center. Switching sides. If you're taking both knee bent variation, then both knees are gonna just come to the right. Gaze over the left shoulder. And if you're taking the deeper variation, right leg is gonna come straight out on the mat. The bottom of the left foot is gonna come to the top of the right leg. Shift the hips to the left and guide the left knee to the mat with the right hand. Gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Taking a few deep breaths here. And slowly coming back to center. Both legs extending long on the mat and coming into Shavasana. So hands can come wide, legs can come out a little bit wider if you have lots of space. And relaxing into Shavasana. Soften the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing the jaw. And if you have lots of time, you're welcome to stay in Shavasana. If you'd like to come out, just slowly start to move the fingers and the toes, making circles with the wrists and with the ankles. Bending the knees. You can roll to your right side or to your left side. Taking a second here. And pressing yourself up to seated. And coming to sit cross-legged how we started. Just noticing how you feel now versus how you felt when we started. And again, taking another moment to thank yourself for coming to your practice today. And I will thank you as well for practicing with me. It was so much fun, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave any comments or suggestions. That would be great. Namaste.